What's going on about this Afro think tank? African American woman says, keep the Gullah Geechee out of your mouth. And I know exactly what group of people she is talking about. She's talking about the FBA pretendians and how the FBA pretendians somehow use some sort of pseudo history like apparatus, because I don't even know how they did this one, to try to prove that there's some sort of native black population separate from the actual Native Americans. Somehow they were here with the Native Americans, but yet the Native Americans have no record of them existing. Like a, you know what I'm saying? Like kind of like how like Jesus Christ and all the characters in Jesus Christ, you know, people say they existed, but then nobody in the area who, you know, collected records way before and way after and during the time of when the Bible was supposed to happen, even though like nobody wrote it down, anybody, nowhere, none of these massive events, like nobody wrote it down, right? But you know, we're just gonna go ahead and believe it, right? So that's happening the same thing with the Gullah Geechee. Now here's the thing, you got to be almost completely and totally out your black ass mind to try to use the Gullah Geechee out of all African Americans, as an example of how you're not African. Let me get a little closer. You do realize what makes the Gullah Geechee special is they are the Africans who fought against slavery before they were enslaved, and they're basically pure Africans. And we happen to know where the Geechee are from in West Africa because they didn't mix up with the rest of the tribes as much, you know. You know, it just so happens that in the southeastern part of America, there's a lot of proof that we are African, in fact. Especially since there's a whole Yoruba village full of African Americans who still speak Yoruba because they never forgot the language that they spoke when they were brought over here, or their traditions. You do know that. They got a chief and everything, a whole Yoruba village. You ever heard of Igbo landing? You ever heard of Igbo? We literally call it by the tribe, you know, of the people who landed there. Igbo. I mean, they look just like them Nigerians that y'all be like, are you Nigerian or are you African American? You know the ones that you can't tell the difference? You know the people you think I am? Every time y'all get mad at me because I say something about FBA or something like that, you know, because y'all been calling me Tether a lot lately. Y'all y'all have a conspiracy about me. Y'all think that I'm really an African, cosplaying as an African American. I'm glad that you guys think I'm a African cosplaying an African American. That would be an accomplishment, but that's a compliment. I need to let y'all guys know, when you call me a tether and you say that I'm African or Caribbean, that's a compliment. Anytime you associate with my brothers and sisters, even though you're trying to be derogatory, which is weird, because you're trying to disrespect black people by saying they look like and act like other black people. But this Gullah Geechee, right, they about as pure African as you can get. They like Florida boy African. Like, you know, them motherfuckers ain't mixed with no white. All right, they just straight from Angola type shit, right? These Gullah Geechees have a storied and documented history of where they come from. They know where they come from. They got the stories of being on this side and on that side, okay? And you guys somehow, you pretending somehow, I want to know what book or who y'all listening to? Where do y'all do all this research, this thorough research? Do y'all come online, right, and say the Gullah Geechee are not, in fact, who they are, which are basically pure Africans who didn't capitulate, all right, or was able to fight against certain European powers in order to make a life for themselves in the coals of South Carolina and what was it, Georgia, South Carolina. I think they kind of like got that whole area, right? It's a whole bunch of Geechees, Gullah, you know, and various other. Remember the damn show, Gullah Island? That was my shit. We even had PBS teaching us about the Gullahs. So how did you miss the public broadcasting channel. Is that what it? You didn't see that? I don't know, bro. But she said, keep the Geechee out your goddamn mouth. Anyway, y'all tell me what y'all think in the comment section. Afro Think Tank, learn something, teach something. I'm out.
I was debating on making this video, but at this point, I'm there. I'm frustrated. I'm over it. I really, really want y'all to listen to me and listen closely. If you are not Gullah Geechee, stop talking about us. Stop it. I don't care who you think we are. I don't care what paper, what book, what article, what screenshot, what chat GPT say, what none of that stuff say. If you not, shut up. And the ones of y'all who are Gullah Geechee, let me come to you, because you should know better. You should know better. All this, the Gullah Geechee ain't African. The Gullah Geechee is native. I done heard that we from Hawaii. I done heard that we some tribe from Oklahoma. And pause, because I do understand that during the Gullah Wars, we had Gullahs who merged with the Black Seminoles, and they did move to Oklahoma, but they were the Black Seminoles. At that point, they were no longer claiming the Gullah Geechee. They were Black Seminoles. They had their own heritage. They had their own history. They had their own thing going on. Okay? And so for y'all to sit up there and say anything contrary to what the definition of a Gullah Geechee is, when you look that shit up, y'all are hindering us. Y'all are speaking from a place, and we know that you don't understand what you're saying. We know that you don't understand the history and the ramifications of what you're saying, the consequences of what you're saying, the consequences of what y'all are trying to put out there as a truth about our people. Y'all don't realize that the only thing that's stopping a lot of people from going and pillaging and plundering and taking everything from us is the fact that we are a protected people with a definition of who we are. We are a protected people, and we still have to fight because they find these loopholes, right? They find these loopholes of, oh yeah, this is Gullah Geechee land and it's supposed to be protected, but oh, I found a eighth cousin who ain't lived down here since they family moved away in 1950, and they about to sell this land because it's air property. They about to sell this land all the way from Detroit, and they got family members still living on this Gullah land down here in the territories. But I'm going to go find that person out there who don't have no stake in this claim, who ain't got no reason to fight me about it, because it's not their land. They not living there. And I can come in and I can get them to sign this paper, and I can push everybody off this land. Y'all are making it easy so they don't even have to do that. Because all they have to do is say, well, the Gullah don't even know who they are. How they are protected people and they don't know who they are. How they trying to keep this land, and they said the Gullah Geechee is Native American. Shouldn't they be on Native reservations? Y'all are fucking us up. And excuse my language to any of my aunties, uncles. My dad be on here sometimes watching my stuff. My niece, all that. I'm sorry, but I gotta say it. Like y'all are messing us up, and y'all don't understand that y'all are working for the government. Those rich people who want to come in and take our stuff. Y'all are agents for them. And y'all do it under the guise of clicks and views, because like I said, most of y'all ain't never been to the Gullah territories. I don't even care if you are from South Carolina at this point. I don't care if you are from Georgia at this point. If you are not Gullah, then shut the fuck up. And we can tell who was raised Gullah, because we know you would never come out your mouth and say that. Never. Because you know what's at stake. You know they coming to take our stuff. You know we fighting. They fighting on St. Helena. They fighting on Hilton Head. They fighting on St. John. They fighting on all these islands because they coming in and building these goddamn resorts. These $1 million mansions that we can't even afford to look at, much less try to buy. They fencing off people who their family was buried on cemeteries, and then people came and bought the land the cemetery was on. People can't even go see their ancestor. We can't even go visit the graves. And y'all out here talking about who we are and who we aren't? Are you serious? I'm over it. I'm over it. Y'all are agents of confusion. Anybody who says that the Gullah is not the descendants of enslaved Africans who in that area, anybody who says that, you a government agent. You a government agent. You a lobbyist for the people who want to take our stuff. You an enemy. You an enemy. Cause I still got land out there. We still fighting for our shit. We still trying to keep our shit while they raising property taxes by the hundreds and thousands every fucking year because they don't want us there. And they can't push us off because we're protected people. So they try to buy us out. They trying to buy us out, and y'all are helping them not have to do that no more. We are protected people, and y'all are muddying up the definition of that protection. And in a minute, this Gullah Geechee heritage that everybody's supposed to be so proud of, and my great grandma is Gullah, all that is gonna be obsolete. It ain't gonna matter no more because ain't gonna be no Gullah left. We're gonna be dispersed because they gonna take our stuff because y'all are letting them in the door. Y'all are giving them reasons and rationale to say that we should not be a protected people. Our land should not be protected in this way. We already fighting against what little protections we do have. Y'all just want to just remove it all, rip the Band-Aid off, make sure we don't have nothing left, huh? And like I said, y'all don't have no stake in this. Y'all don't care. I have land. My family still has land in multiple areas in the Gullah Corridor. I hear it. I hear the talks. I hear the town halls where they're saying, oh, what we gonna do? They gonna plan this, and that, and you know that's gonna try to mess us up. What we gonna do? How we gonna keep this land? What we gonna do? Y'all ain't think about that. Y'all think about running y'all mouth, bumping y'all goddamn gums on this goddamn social media. Y'all ain't think about the real life consequences of nothing y'all saying. My my full-time great-grandfather was lynched. They killed him on his front porch in front of his children because he wouldn't sell his land out there on Hilton Head. We still have that land. We still ain't sell it. But y'all setting it up so they could just come and take it away from us. Y'all setting it up that his sacrifice don't mean nothing. And there's so many out there. So many ancestors that had the same exact story of how they had to fight, how they had to have losses before we could have peace. For the little bit of time that we had peace before they built that bridge and let all the buckra come back. And y'all just letting the wolf in the hen house. They already there. Y'all just opening the door and letting them in. Letting them come and feel free. But y'all say that y'all American. Baby, we the first Black Americans. Let's get that shit straight. And y'all fighting against us. We the first Black American. I don't care where you say we originally from. We was here first. The Gullah Geechee, most of y'all roots do come through there, but that don't mean that you one of us. I can tell by the way you talk if you one of us. And I don't mean by the accent and what you say. I mean by how you stand on it. Because I know code switching. It ain't even about all that. It's about what you saying on these internets. What you talking about. Who are we? When I hear you define who the Gullah Geechee are, I can tell if you one of us or not. Y'all need to stop this shit. It's a hate crime at that point.
Every accusation is a confession. I will not elaborate.
Yep, time to go. That motherfucker coming over here. Woo, shit. Hey, Carlo, bitch, look behind you. Woo, shit, motherfucker.
Free Sudan! Boycott diamonds and gold! Free Sudan! Boycott diamonds and gold! We most definitely cannot forget about the people of Sudan!
Thanks for watching Afro Think Tank. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And follow me on Substack and Patreon for more content. Remember, it's Pan-Africanism or nothing.